She goes by many names. Bulma's mom, Mrs. Brief, Ponchi. Well, I guess that's all of them, but regardless of what you call her, I'm sure most of you watching right now have never given her much thought. After all, she is by all means a side character that randomly pops in throughout the series, never really doing anything of significance to the main storyline. But to me, I've always felt like there was something off about this woman. Her character has always been somewhat of an enigma. Let me explain. Haven't you ever found it strange that through all of her appearances between the original Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, Mrs. Brief never seemed to age a day? Sure, you can claim that plenty of other characters in the show seem to exhibit limited signs of aging throughout the series as well, but most of those can be explained away with this one simple fact. They aren't human. Goku and Vegeta, for example, are Saiyans, and as such, age differently than humans. While their lifespans are roughly the same as humans, they remain in their prime condition for much longer. However, if Bulma's mother is in fact a full-fledged human, then there's no reason that she shouldn't have shown the wear and tear of time, if even just a little. Another thing that I've always found odd is the fact that she looks just a little too young to be Bulma's mother. Especially in Super, where Bulma has noticeably aged from her Dragon Ball days. I mean, come on, these two could easily say they're sisters and no one would bat an eye. Speaking of eyes, have you ever noticed that Ponchi only has one expression? She only smiles. That's it. As we all know, life has its ups and downs, especially in the world of Dragon Ball where the human race is constantly under the threat of annihilation. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can be that happy all the time. At least, no human, that is. So having said all this, I can only reach one chilling conclusion. Bulma's mom is an android. She was created by Mr. Brief at some point before Bulma's birth to be the perfect wife. Not convinced? Then let's delve a little deeper. It's well established through the series that Bulma's father, Mr. Brief, is a brilliant scientist and inventor who founded Capsule Corp, invented the capsule that we're all too familiar with, and became fabulously wealthy. It stands to reason that such a man would have the mental and technical prowess to develop a synthetic human being as well. Now, the creation of the capsule, being an absolutely groundbreaking technological phenomenon that changed the world, could not have come easy. In fact, I believe it would be safe to assume that Mr. Brief probably spent the majority of his life studying, researching, and generally working his butt off for decades to accomplish this feat. During that period, I highly doubt there was much time for him to pursue any form of romantic relationship. If he did, his work would no doubt have led him to neglect his partner, leading to a multitude of other problems that he, as a brilliant scientist on a mission to change the world, simply did not have the time for. Essentially, getting into a relationship with a real person would force him to divert time away from his true passion in life, inventing things. Wouldn't it have been much easier to just create the perfect woman to keep him company, but who would also not resent him or complain when his work kept him occupied for extended periods of time? She could be the perfect partner who provided him with all the benefits of a romantic relationship without any of the pitfalls or headaches that inevitably occur in a normal union between two self-aware humans. Now, I know what you're asking yourselves right now. If Mrs. Brief is really an android, then how was she able to give birth to Bulma and her sister? Bulma, by all means, seems to be 100% human and ages at a regular pace throughout the timeline. So, how do you explain that? It's actually quite simple. Let's consider Android 18. Her and Krillin were able to conceive a child in Marin with no issues. The reason for that, of course, is because Android 18, as well as her brother number 17, was a regular human girl before she was turned into an android by Dr. Gero. Now here's where things get a little dark. If we assume that the reason Android Mrs. Brief can have children is because she was originally a human, then it's conceivable that at some point in his dark past, Mr. Brief went out and kidnapped an unsuspecting woman, altered her physiology to become part android and programmed her to tend to his every whim. Remember when I mentioned that Bulma's mom always seems to have a smile on her face? Perhaps that's only what you see on the surface. What if, in reality, she's actually screaming for help on the inside and no one will ever be able to tell? Yeah, it makes my skin crawl just thinking about it. And next time, when you're watching Dragon Ball and Mr. and Mrs. Brief pop up on the screen, you just might see things a little differently. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I want to be clear that all of the points I expressed here, whether conceivable or absolutely ridiculous, were all in good fun. So I ask that you try your best to view things through that lens. This is the first in a series of anime fan theory videos that I plan to make on the channel, so let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Also, if you have any awesome or interesting fan theories of your own, feel free to leave them down below. I would love to read them. Who knows, I might even turn one of them into a future video and of course, credit you for it. But that's gonna do it for me today. If you liked the video, then make sure to like the damn video and don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button for more dope content. As always, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'm Tiger with Tiger Uppercut Media, signing out.